when something is super low. And that is actually to stabilize as much as you can and think wide rather than tall. The taller you think when it's low, unless you are wanting it to have sort of like a whoa, like a full, that sort of sound, you actually want to think wide, because the more you try to assist the low, actually the harder it's going to be. So we're going to sing Landslide together on Da, and we're going to do it with our teeth together, okay? Not clench, not a bite, but just together. So, and then the other thing that we're going to do it with our teeth together, and then we're going to put our hands right here. And I just want you to have an awareness of if you feel a lot of moving around happening here, okay? Don't change anything. It's just sort of like think of it like bowling, like the bumpers, or it's like the training wheels on the bike. They're kind of keeping you from while you're moving too much around. You want to check in and make sure that this right here is, there's just, your vocal tract isn't moving a ton. So doing a mid jaw will help stabilize, and then keeping your hand will stabilize. And then we're going to do this whole thing on Da. Okay, so show you what I mean. Da 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 da. Ooh, I had it today. Which is different than, now let me do it if we didn't stabilize. I'm going to put it on the dog this time, and I'm not going to work on stabilizing. And I want you to hear what happens, the difference. Actually, do it with me on mute. So now we're not going to stabilize, and you're going to do it on a nice tall da, and see what your experience is with that. Da 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 da. Da 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 I caught myself going to my old technique. I was like, I can't get out. I went back into the Da. So, I'll bring some people up here in a second. We'll play with this. But I do want to make one, before I bring everybody up to play with this, I do want to say one thing. You may be one of the people that can drop your jaw on this a little bit because so we are our own acoustic spaces. We are all built differently. So our vocal tracts are different. Like the pieces are still the same, but we are built differently. And so like you may actually, wherever your vocal range sits, you may actually be able to drop the jaw and go down there and and hit that just fine. Stevie probably doesn't have to really adjust much. It just lives where her voice lives. But if you are wanting to sing it and it doesn't, and it like that down note, da 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 da, I can't drop my jaw and get there. I have to go sideways. Da 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 da. If I don't put it there, that note won't come out. So all that to say, you may be a singer who can take that all the way down. You can do it. But if you can't, this da-da-da, this stability is going to help you get to that place. Okay? So let me just bring you all up again. We'll do one more round. All right, Darren, what did you play with? What was your experience with the da-da versus the da-da?
I didn't experience much of a difference. with them. But I do think the second one, the Dada, I think was just naturally trying to shift into the Daz. I think you said something like right at the end, you're like, I think mine changed. And it made me think, oh, I wonder if mine is also, because at one point I looked at my reflection and it had like, my mouth had kind of closed up and I thought, oh, I wonder if I'm not really hanging on to the DAW when it's
I mean, your voice just may have been like, well, that's not working. I'm going back to what worked.
Yeah, it's like no.
It's like an auto focused for you.
Yeah.
Well, let's try. Anyone of the phrases you want to try? So let's actually let's play a game. Let's play the Dada versus Dada game, just for the people watching, so they can kind of hear how those two can change the sound. And like, even if it's a Dada, you're going to get a different vocal color out of a Dada than a Dada. So it's useful to hear that too. So you can just I've been afraid of changing. It's fine if you want to do that.
Okay. Da. You mean just like try to change it whenever I need to? And see if it stays.
Filter.
Okay. Da 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 da.
Good. Now give me the words through that. No, and use that as your filter. Put the words in it.
Now I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've spent my life around you.
Good. Now give me Dada. Dada. Same thing.
Da 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 da.
Good. Now give me the words through that filter.
So I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've spent my life around you.
Yeah, so what I would say is, well, you got there with both of them, but as a listener, and if I'm an MD behind a table, the first one, I hear the work, and I hear like the singer's getting to the notes, but they're really having to manipulate, where that second one just feels like, it just sounds like, oh, those notes are, come out with ease. And so the second one just sounds more stable.
It feels more stable. The Dada feels like, wow, this feels terrible. Even though I can do it, but it's horrible.
It is neutralized to stabilize. Cool. Thank you for demoing. All right. So let me see. Janet, let's bring you up. Yeah. So Janet says my voice goes low, and so Janet's voice does so she can do either. So let's play.
So can Darren.
Huh?
Darren can as well.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's sort of like, it is a choice. You can choose, and again, it's like with these tools, it's always a choice. It's always I can choose to go this way or this way. But then when you listen back, like for example, like Darren had the notes either way, but the second one felt and just sounded more stable than the first one. So, it's like we would go probably that way because that communicates to, your music director. That's like, those notes are stable in there all the time and you don't have to worry about me. You know what I mean? Good. Let's try it. Any phrase you want to try?
Yeah. Well, my usual thing with this is I don't know that much.
It's okay. You can just give it like this. I've been afraid.
I know that bit by now.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. How does it go?
Yeah, so just that's it.
Da da da. So I can do that.
Now give me, now I've been afraid of changing.
Now I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Good. Now,
bit classical.
No, but here's what I will say. You are right. In listening to yours, like your voice kind of goes into the it's still in it for example, it's still in a stable pocket for you, even with the tall ah. Again, because you are your acoustic space, and because your voice, your vocal range does sit a little. So this is not. It's kind of, I remember Tom talking about the guy who sang "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." He was like, the guy who actually sang that didn't have to manipulate anything to sing it because his acoustic space was just set there. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You could just, and it just came out that way because of the way it was built. Where I remember Tom saying, like, I could do that, I just have to manipulate a lot of things. You don't have to manipulate a lot of things because this is where the voice sits for you. But so like you could choose that one. Let's play with the dad and see how this da da da.
Even though I can also get on a good day to an E6.
Yeah, absolutely.
D6. Yeah, so it's
yeah. So it's less about like it's less about like with the. I think it's less about what the actual pitch range is. More about how the voice acoustically presents. That's what
really interesting.
So, yeah. Da da
da da da da da da da da da da da da da da.
Good. Now give me the words. Now I've been.
I got them here. I'm getting to know it. I like it. I like Fleetwood Mac. I just didn't know this one.
No, it's okay.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Good. Now, I love that one too. Can you go back to give me the tall one again?
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
So what's interesting is like probably if I had two singers in front of me, if I had Darren do it, I would say I want this like the second one that she did that was more on the ah. For you, I would say I think I probably want the first one. And both of them are great. Both of them are equally great. But like because of your acoustic spaces work differently, the sweet spot for each of you is different. So that's great. Thank you for the demo.
Thank you.
Okay, so Leslie, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's do first. Da da da.
That doesn't really work for me, but I'll give it a go. Da 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 da.
So now I know it's okay. Play with it. So now give me like
so it's a frog, the da 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 da.
All right, now give me those words in that shape.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Now, here's the thing. I know you were like, I don't like that much. I actually love that sound.
Really? Yes. I love the song. But
so I feel like, I mean, like for you, like a lowered larynx note, it's a nice, rich sound. It's full. It's present. Because what I'm not hearing from you is what you would hear from me. It's gone. Because again, in your acoustic space, it's there. No, you could so like. But let's play with the other one, just so you feel that, like, so you hear we hear the different vocal colors. So now give me da da da.
That's more how I would sing it, I guess. Da 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 da.
Good. Now give me the words in that filter. Now I've been.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Cool. So you have both options. Now, here's what I will say. In just playing today and discovering this, I think if I were you, I would play with that low larynx position, like in a lot of the songs, because it's like this whole new color I haven't heard in your voice before. It's really cool.
So, I thought you were ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. And you could even like combo platter it. Like, so you could do like da 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 da. Actually, Stevie, I mean, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here and you're doing this on the fly, but can you give me one that's like, well, I've been afraid of that moves in between, and just trust the voice and the musical instincts to know where to go and when to go. No right answer to this.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Good, do it again. Give me another. Now do it again and go a different route.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you.
Good. Now do what you just did and disguise the shifts from us. You'll feel them, but kind of blur the paint a little bit so that we don't catch them.
Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you.
I love that. Yeah. So what you just did was basically we took the technique and you sort of combo plattered, because you can. And with the combo platter, it creates even more vocal colors to play around with. So that's the final thing I would leave everybody with is it's like, you know, you don't have to stay fully in da and you don't have to stay in da. Like if you work with both of these, you can get to the point where it can be da 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 da. And then if you're just like, I want fuller and richer, I'm going for da here. And now I need this to sound a little speakier, I'm going for da here. So like that's sort of like, once you get the das and the das, that's sort of like the next level of playing with it. So thank you.